Super weird. Some people just can't like chew certain gums because they're too spicy. Didn't you say you can't have cinnamon?
Ugh,
So it's too
cinnamon is
spicy?
so spicy.
I remember Olivia one day brought a bag of habaneros, I think, to lunch.
Oh yeah, you remember? I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, and I was just like, to prove my dominance as like the alpha at the lunch
whole
table.
habanero.
Yeah, I literally from like all the way to the stem, just one big bite and crunch, and I was just like, what are you talking about? This is fine.
Hey, we had the ghost peppers.
I went to an Italian restaurant and they garnished my food with a habanero pepper. My grandpa was like, hey, you mind if I have that? And I was like, no, go for it. He ate the whole thing and just continued to eat like nothing happened.
Oh,
and
no.
I was like, what the fuck?
My family, on my father's side is from Texas. Mm-hmm. I'm convinced that they just can't taste.
Yeah.
Like
their taste buds are just so.
Like I could swear to God, my grandfather was suckled on like a sriracha bottle or something. He was just.
He didn't have,
look at the little baby. He's eating on the sriracha.
He wasn't breastfeeding his sriracha.
That was my grandfather that married in the family. And I was like, why couldn't I get your freaking genetics, dude? How can you eat a habanero and just be cool?
Yeah.
See, I don't see the point in just eating the habanero. Like
it wasn't. It was flavor. It was very
some
flavorful.
People like them.
No, I understand it, but like, why?
Like just a straight habanero?
Why do you eat food you like, Gabe? A Joe, whichever one you are.
Sorry,
Christ.
what's a habit? See, she's doing it too.
Oh yes, because we look so alike, right?
Oh yeah, because you're so similar.
I mean.
Okay.
In my defense, it took me 4 months to learn the names of my coworkers at work, so I'm just stupid.
I just learned their names like a few weeks ago.
That's
a few weeks ago.
Dave and Chent, like
you guys have only known each other for what, 8 years?
No.
We're getting close to like fucking
15.
Jesus Christ.
Kindergarten, baby.
First day of
kindergarten. You had that Lego Job of the Hut. I remember
I didn't
that.
bring that the first day.
It was the first day I met you.
No, it was the T-Rex toy.
I was gonna say it was the T-Rex.
I had those things.
No, it was
awesome.
It was in Miss Westmison's class, right?
Yes.
Back of the room.
There's a point.
There was
No,
a
that
little
was show
Lego
and tell.
table.
That was show and tell.
Show and tell. You brought the big Spinosaurus in.
Yeah, you.
Because I was like, he had the Imaginext Spinosaurus.
Who trusted who with the Spinosaurus?
Oh, we weren't close enough yet.
No, but you guys became
for me to like touch the Spinosaurus.
No. It was a dinosaur.
What did I unearth?
The origin of this.
Origin.
Okay, but yeah, I just assumed because I didn't know that they made a Lego The Job of the Hut.
I'm not in contact with any of my friends from
You mean the
kindergarten
sail
anymore because
barge?
I moved school systems,
Or are you talking about
so I
the
don't
figure?
know them
The
anymore.
figure.
Oh yeah.
It was from your sail barge, but you didn't bring your fucking sail barge. Like,
The big fig.
I remember for show and tell, I brought my guinea pig to school. It was lit.
I
you
brought
brought an Imaginext Spinosaurus, and that's how I knew that we were gonna be friends.
I remember in 3rd grade, my show and tell, I brought a single minifigure. It was pretty cool. He had like one of those longer sticks, and I'm like, yeah, it's Gigantomachia.
The hilarious thing is I don't even remember what I fucking brought into show and tell, but I distinctly remember Joe bringing in a Spinosaurus because I was unbelievably
Joe
envious.
was one of the coolest kids in Greenwood.
It wasn't like one of the the T-Rex
how
Imaginext.
popularity means nothing in elementary school.
My guy
wasn't
could draw. He was the best at tag. He was literally the coolest kid in school.
Yeah,
He was tall.
Anyways, middle school happened,
my
and that's
best-
just, yeah.
My best friend in
Yeah.
elementary school was the one that I told you about that was like fucking crazy talented. Like the reason I started drawing is because she was so good. She was also the fastest one in the fucking class. It was bullshit. I was like, why does everybody get to have all the good stuff and I'm shitty over here in the corner reading
Joe was the kid in school that, when you got your yearbooks at the end, everybody would go, Joe, sign my yearbook. And
I was the kid.
I'd be lucky to get my friends to sign it.
I was the kid that I've never signed a yearbook because no one ever asked.
See, anyways, middle school happened. You actually had to do like things to be popular, like wear nice clothes and like talk to girls, and which I didn't either. So, anyways, now we're here on an anime reaction channel. So.
Hello, we're the Custodians. I'm Rhett.
I'm Gabe.
I'm Joe.
And we're here reminiscing on episode 3 of season 5 of My Hero Academia.
Oh wow, I wonder what's gonna happen in this episode.
So stop looking at the description,
I'm
bitch.
sorry, I was looking at the season number and then I looked to the right. And I'm like,
Joe.
All right.
Last episode.
Last episode was pretty loaded. We kind of got some more. At least was it the very beginning they had the Endeavor bit?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, the Endeavor bit.
He was all
immediately after the fight where Hawks came in. After he kind of started falling over. He's like, oh shit, I can't do this like all
I
I
got to
can.
see my queen, what's her name, Miriko?
Oh, the
Yeah.
bunny?
Girl,
Yeah.
I love her.
Oh yeah, we got Bunny Lady finally.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah,
dude.
And
She
he
would
was,
kick anyone's ass, and I fucking love it.
She
She's
could
awesome.
she could kick my ass and I'll thank her for it.
She's amazing. Like she could literally punch me in the face
Yeah.
and I'd shake her hand.
anyways.
You it's true for you too. You know it.
Hey, but we have
But
to.
I'm trying to do a
Ow, why you keep
recap
poking me
here.
with the pointy end?
I'm sorry.
That's what you deserve.
I just got distracted because.
All right. Anyways, so Endeavor bit with Hawks. He's kind of props him up, tells he did a good job. Yeah.
So you guys, you threw off his groove.
You threw out my groove.
Yeah.
That was the episode.
That was the episode.
No, but yeah. So Dabi shows up.
We have to get through this. I'm gonna keep poking you.
I'm sorry.
Dabi shows up. They banter kind of back and forth a bit. Tells Endeavor not to die, and then he said, "What was it, Ujiro, or whatever?"
Ujiko?
Ujiko. Tells him like, yeah, all for one's quirk kind of zipped him out of there before Miriko could, have at him. So yeah, and then it cuts to family time.
Endeavor family time.
Yeah, Endeavor family time. Fuyumi wanted a nice family dinner or whatever, trying to still make amends. Natsuo wasn't having shit. Todoroki had a sneer underneath his face, just about nice scar there, buddy. About how they have matching scars. I guess not exactly matching, but it's on the same side of the face.
Side, yeah.
Which was we laughed at.
Just the glare.
Yes. What else?
They
After the family bit, we cut to what again?
What did we cut to, Gabe?
Oh well, after that we had talked. Now I can't speak. We cut to Midoriya as he was in his sleeping.
As he was in his concern.
He was having a dream, and he was having a dream almost kind of like a look back at the original holders, specifically the first holder of One for All, and like we saw a little bit of it before, but this was like a lot more in depth.
Like
What?
dogs and squirrels, oh my God.
And so we saw how All for One had this quirk and began getting followers by taking quirks from people who didn't want them and gave them to people that did want quirks for certain situations.
And just for clarification, sometimes when All for One gives quirks to other people,
it manifests differently. Because the guy had like a jaws,
and then he came out
and he gave it to a different guy,
It
and the
looked like
guy
a
had
cactus.
spikes and shit. So it was kind of awkward. And that's kind of like how he began getting power and influence as he started getting all these followers. And eventually he was getting so powerful that people just started killing other people because he didn't like what they did. And his brother was like, "You're evil and shit." And he's like, "Oh, you're so weak."
yeah, what about it?
And he gave him the good old big brother to little brother talk and ass whooping and gave him the stockpiling quirk because he's like, "Oh, I'm sure you'll find something to do with this super useless, boring ass quirk," and gave him to it. And then it briefly cut to, I think it was like, oh, how he's possibly passed it on to other people, even though like he didn't really use it. But now the first two people after that, or maybe, I don't know, the order's weird. But then it cut back to Midoriya like waking up and shit, and he was glowing, or his arm was glowing and shit.
Window broken.
Oh yeah, and the window shattered because I'm sure he went like,
Which I wonder, you think that would immediately go
Yeah.
on like this?
No, they had the alarm specifically off for Midoriya's room because he just had
wakes up every night
break
breaking
shit.
shit. Yeah.
All right, but I feel like we're
We're
good
good.
to go.
Why did you put it all the way over there?
All right, fine. All right, Joe, arms. Ready, set, and Leah, can you please grab me the remote? It's right behind Joe's laptop.
Oh god.
No, you're good, you're good.
Oh,
right side.
Reach.
Reach!
My arms are like 2 inches long. I don't know why you have so much faith in me. Okay. There.
Ready, set, and plus ultra.
And the...
Whoa, I just realized hand reveal. Hey.
Oh wait, really? Man, people are gonna go crazy for that.
Fingers.
Leah.
Is that her hand?
Leah lore.
Oh, Leo.
Oh yeah, he only had like 20%.
What we assume would be 20% of the human body. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
God.
the Lord thing really got me.
Leo Lord. Well, this is a lot more.
I want to know that guy's story, the purple guy.
I want to know the dude that's fucking
Purple
glowing.
guy? The man behind the slaughter?
Yeah, Matt Pat's coming for us.
I wonder what color All For One's eyes are.
Or they're red. We saw they were red.
They're in
Oh,
there.
were they?
Yeah.
The government, like, wait, can he do that?
I was just about to say, how the fuck did the government just let him?
He was an underground.
He's a dude with like bitchin' superpowers. The fuck's the government gonna do?
Use their people
Remember,
with
he
bitching
was the king of the
superpowers?
underground.
Yeah, but they don't know how many people they don't know
And
how many
he
powers
had like
has.
he had power in government,
Oh, he did.
whether like through like probably like bribery or like submission. That's
Yeah, true.
I think I remember All Might saying that when he was explaining this ancient evil.
Yeah, I think he's right. Basically like supervillain mob boss.
All For One regrets that.
If I could do one thing again, I would have given him like a fingernail growing quirk.
Yeah.
Long past the singularity point.
Yeah, that's just the end of season 4, basically.
Yo, imagine being like, I know we've all been there. We were literally so tired that we didn't even get out of the whatever we were wearing. We just went right onto the bed and just fell
Didn't
asleep.
give a shit.
Like some of those tournaments.
I did that sometimes in football, where I would just come home and I'd be like, I'd still have my football pants on, like the pads would be out and shit, but I'd still have my football pants on, super tight, uncomfortable, and I'd just be like, in bed.
I would do that when I got home from school. I would literally just come home and I'd fall asleep on the couch in my jeans.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not dealing with this.
At least at their basement, you know, you have to take a shower because you're covered in dirt and
Yeah.
sand and like so much crap.
Midnight's cool.
Real.
Smiling Might. Well, she's hot too, Joe. You can be both.
What?
I said Midnight was cool, and Joe was like, really? And I was like, yeah, she's hot. You can be both. Like,
Now, come on, Joe, stop objectifying women.
Wow, Joe.
We just lost half our fan base.
what are you talking
Bold
about?
of you to assume that your viewers are female.
Yeah, for real.
20-something%.
Hey, you have those statistics, Liz.
Yeah. You're a statistic.
20% is actually pretty good though. I watched like I think his Moist Critical has like what, a 5% female fan base?
That's criminal.
That's not very
Yeah.
moist of him.
Midnight Jug.
Oh boy, here I go
It's
jogging out
morning.
alone again. Hope I don't get kidnapped by some League of Villains.
Imagine Bakugo just.
Oh, Aoyama.
Yeah, is he next door to Midoriya?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you gotta clean your room. You have too much cheese, you're gonna be holding on to something.
Your sleeve is missing.
Yeah.
Yo. They keep showing it in that exact order, though.
Mm-hmm.
But why?
Maybe that is the order.
No, it's not.
Maybe it is, and the All Might Ghost was just slotted in randomly? Or maybe there's, like...
Finally, we get to talk.
Yeah, we talk about this shit. They're getting memories? Wait, hold on a second. No. We can't do this again. Is Midoriya the coordinate?
He's the traitor.
Yeah, he did. Shades.
Shades. I had seen them.
与えられたところまでで、その後初代がより強力、より複雑化した個性はやがて誰にもコントロールできなくなってしまうのではないかという
Todoroki's a time bomb for Doomsday.
That'd be fucked.
この事態、君によるものなのか、外的要因によるものなのか、他には何か。
あとは二人だけが見えなくて
Yeah.
Come on, talk about it.
Damn
Come
it.
on.
ぼやっとしてました
The shade. Are those the shades?
オールマイトは比較的まだ新しいからってことなんでしょうか
ごめんな。私も詳しくはわからない。
Shit.
でもその力は絶対に君の味方だよ。これから
Be not afraid.
頑張りますあとそうだオールマイトのお師匠
どことなく先代と似て
Yeah, like he compared his mom to her predecessor.
髪型とか。
髪か
Hmm.
綺麗な人でした
Damn right she was.
午後から演習だよ。相変わらず仲のよろしい。
They're getting class.
違うんだ。これは彼か。
He poured.
浮気現場みたいなノリやめて。
Yeah.
言葉強くない。
Hey!
My boy.
と一緒にいたよね
まあね。緑谷、早めにアップ済ましとけよ。今日は忙しいぞ。
Oh my god.
Aizawa, serious.
Here we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Field Gamma.
There's a girl.
Deku focusing on the important details.
Here we go. Oh yeah, he got the
Yeah.
green
Boy,
kicks.
my boy. What a man.
I saw a junior.
Normal.
Legit, he's even got the eyes. Like
He
he's
does.
He's tired as fuck.
Shota Aizawa, his quirk erasure.
Alright, President Mike, chill your shit out.
Yeah, because Ojira.
Yeah, you got-
Not traumatized.
How did he do
Yeah, he doesn't
the
know
persona.
Yeah. I should be the personification of villainy.
To the jail. Freezes hell.
Yeah, yeah,
I wonder
kind
if
of.
there's like a jailbreak thing.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Oh, okay, yeah, so we saw that. Okay,
Yeah,
Momo
yeah,
versus
yeah.
Kendo. Tatsu
Oh,
Tatsu.
yeah, versus Todoroki.
That's a pretty good team. That too.
Oh, they're getting fucked.
Oh, Mono versus...
Monoma versus Midoriya. Mm-hmm.
And they're last too, aren't they?
Aw, that's cute. Oh.
Ooh, okay.
There's where the Midoriya and Shinso thing comes in.
Yep.
Looking for... Yep. Yep. 100% Shinzo.
Oh, I've gotten better, bitch.
How is the
Still
pig
got his
still
buck.
flipping? How are they still flipping?
Oh.
He literally just cocked his fucking mask.
Ooh, shit.
I just spit everywhere.
20 minutes. Okay. Ooh, why you gotta do a man like that?
Yeah, because she's a cougar, man.
Jeez.
Oh, I'm totally not biased.
Yeah, no, Class A is gonna win this whole thing.
Yeah, cover the
The
curriculum.
curriculum profit.
Yeah, well, I wonder. Field experience or grades? I don't know. Go to an internship? Yeah, we want 20 years of experience and you're 18 years old. First match.
Come on, give us a little bit of the first match.
There's no
Come on.
way. Come on.
Nope, they're just...
Don't tease us, man. Don't tease us.
Oh.
Whoa!
That's
you
right.
know.
Yeah, we've known this.
But it's nice that they're doing the overlay.
It's been a while
on
since
her
I've
now.
seen that. I didn't remember she could do that.
アースの保護色分かってりゃ見えるもんだな
暴れられる状況を作りたいな
Ah, yes.
Reconnaissance birds. Tell me, children, what are your secrets?
左方向から塩崎さん一人だって
Ah.
範囲を探りながらこっちに向かってる
Oh,
Oh,
what the
damn.
fuck?
But I'm perfectly fine going after a tree.
Oh! Oh, shit.
Oh!
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 顔出しの索敵に捕捉されるのは追い込み済みですぞ
So we just blitzed?
私を最も警戒するであろうことも彼女の元に私は範囲より近づく準備をさせれば雷氏の独断上となる可能性が高いそれゆえ特に
You're gonna say the whole plan, you're gonna punch him.
Blitzkrieg!
Beast, yeah.
Beast. He turns into a beast.
Physique
Trying
training.
hearing, smell, and sight. Yeah, he's
Goes into a frenzy. Okay.
frenzy rage.
Oh, there's that guy.
He's the solid air guy, right? Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
Oh.
Oh, damn!
Oh, he took his voice.
Oh,
shit! What?
He took his voice.
Yo!
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 Fuck!
Holy shit.
Dude!
What the fuck? Oh my!
Persona chord. That's awesome.
That is fucking cool.
God damn it! Holy fucking!
Huge.
He's broken.
Shinzo.
He's broken. He's busted.
He's not busted.
He's
He's
busted.
not busted, but he's close.
What? Jesus Christ!
He's not.
Wow.
Fuck!
I didn't see that coming. I didn't know what he was really doing.
Mm-hmm.
I was so confused.
Well, I had the ideas originally about like him throwing his voice over. I didn't think about copycatting.
Yeah, I
Mimic.
didn't think so either. I never even considered that.
Holy
So I did. This can't be a recorder though,
No.
No.
because I looked back and
It takes their frequency or whatever they speak at.
No,
and
it's
you
like a pheromone thing. Like apparently I remember from like the fucking the sports festival. It's like it's either like a frequency or something, but it needs to be like he needs to hear you. Like you need to hear him specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't be like because I remember being confused during one of our trailers.
Can't record his voice
Yeah.
and have it play and have.
I remember
somebody else
like because I remember I asked like during one of our trailer reactions I was wondering if he could use a megaphone, and I'm pretty sure he can't. To use like he can't use a megaphone and like or like a recording system. So this can't just be this can't be like a Predator.
Does it actually
situation.
like capture your vocal cords? And like you can actually speak out of their mouth?
I don't know. I still think it kind of functions just like a voice change, like a voice box. where you
Maybe
where it's kind of like where a lot of streamers will do the thing where they a lot of streamers will do the auto tune voice where they hit the button and then when they talk it auto tunes it. It's like a voice changer. I think that's what it is. Is it basically records their voice and then
Yeah.
he's able to use that.
'Cause-
But he's saying the words, so his quirk would still
Yeah.
be able to function. It just alters the way it sounds.
Yeah, because the guy said something, used his quirk, and then he probably was like, adjust my
Yeah,
frequency
he
Adjust
just
my
copy his,
frequency.
sang and then
like,
he talked.
to copy his voice,
Mhm.
and so he said that, and he was like, you know.
which is just fucking genius. He made his buddy think that he was talking.
Because the only time you really can get fucked by Shinzo is the first time, because you don't know how the quirk works.
Yep.
So if you know,
Can
obviously,
you trust anyone?
I mean, there are limitations to this. Like, if you're looking at the person and you know,
Don't see them speak, but you hear their voice.
Yeah,
and
but
it's like,
imagine a
nice.
scenario like where they're trying to find other people. Like if you get split up,
that's the issue.
you'd say like, "Hey, over here," and just immediately go limp. It's
Yeah.
like, oh no.
Because then you're fucked both ways. Because if it's Shinzo, you can't respond. But if it actually is one of your buddies trying to coordinate,
And you need
You
to.
can't
also
risk it.
perfect counter to this would be telepathy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like if Magan was here.
Or no, not Magat, but also what's her face from the
Mandalay?
Mandalay? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the cats.
Wow. And we got a little bit of what's Beast Boy's name? We got to go back to everybody's names.
Do we? Do we really?
We can
Do we
it
bother?
after. We can. What do you
I'm
mean?
never gonna remember all.
I'm
these
not gonna remember all of them.
Just
yet.
write them down.
I would like to at least see it one more time. So yeah, that's Awise. We've seen him before. So Kamakiri.
He can go into.
Kuroyo.
Shihai goes into shadows, right?
I think so.
And
from the
we've
trailer.
seen
He does
Toga
like
swords and
Togaro's
shit.
got the swords. That
Wait.
come out of his
Whoa.
arms.
Who is Tokoyami gonna fight? Because he's got like the head, but he's got like the edge. Oh, they're both pretty edgy. Like who?
It's gotta be the edgy boy on the bottom. Come
He
on.
kind of looks like Toga. Kind of looks like Spinner.
He does.
Kind of.
I imagine just that guy just makes like
His head shape looks like a Koopa
a
from
shadow
Mario.
prison on Tokuyami. He's like, oh, thanks for the boost.
Yeah, you fool. You actual
out.
fool. You. Kendo and
Yui.
then
Mhm.
What was her name? Yui.
Kodai.
Kodai, our McDonald's employee.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Kodai.
I'm sure this is a Wendy's.
Straight hair down, Yaoyorozo.
True.
Yo,
Well,
Komori.
what's her-
Komori.
Kinoko
Shiozaki.
Komori.
Shiozaki.
I'm not calling her Ibarra though.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm still calling her Ibarra.
I'm assuming they're gonna call
We
the
keep-
girl on the top Kinoko too.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if her.
So
quirk is like-
Jurata Shishida.
So it's Shishida and Shoda.
Mhm.
It's weird that we call
You
people.
can just call him
almost-
Beast.
Yeah, I'm
He's
just gonna
literally
call him Beast. I'm gonna call that guy
Nappa.
Gordo.
So
Gordo.
I think I have a.
He looks like Gordo from Ginyu Force.
Do you
When
mean
I see-
Galdo?
That's one. That
When
one.
I see
Gordo.
him,
Tell me he doesn't look like a white
when I
version of
see
Goldo.
him, I think he looks like a heavy armor user from Fire Emblem.
Kind of. I can see it. Yeah.
He's literally
Like if you put like the really small
Can you-
character
can
with
you
like
When
the.
you put the small characters in the heavy armor suits, and the suits are like way too fucking big for them.
They look like the Michelin Man.
Yeah, like I'll see if I can find.
I think I have a semi foolproof way to determine somebody's quirk.
Mm-hmm. What is your semi-foolproof?
So from what I understand, a lot of the characters' names are kind of like puns. Like Denki Kaminari has something to do with electricity. Uraraka has something to do with gravity.
Does Shoda have something to do with something?
Maybe. So like
That's the kind of heavy armor it reminds me of.
Yeah.
so like
Like, does Tetsu mean like?
well
iron?
Tetsu's like I'm pretty sure is iron or steel.
And what about?
It's like metal or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Metal.
And Bakugo is
I can't
explosion.
Lord Explosion
Murder Death.
Something like that.
Murder Death
So-
King.
Well,
Could you do me a favor? Could you just like while we're talking, could you look up Narenjeki Shoda and just
Oh,
see if that means
no!
anything?
Don't look up that. Look up Shoda.
Or don't do him yet because we haven't even got him. Do Jirota. Do
Or
Jirota
just to
first.
see if it
Just
matches.
to see if
do
Jirota means
first.
like monster
So we're not
or
spoiled at
beast.
least on what Shoda might
Like,
be.
what is the meaning of it?
Fair enough.
Because we don't want to get spoiled on what other people's quirks do yet. But seriously, though, tell me he doesn't look like a whiter version
Oh.
of Goldo. What is?
So, Shishi, at the end of Shishinada.
Yeah.
When written with certain kanji, can mean lion or beast.
Yeah.
Oh, would you look at that?
Yeah. All right.
Interesting.
Rat's too dangerous to be kept alive.
Pony. Oh yeah.
Pony. I wonder what this means. Honestly.
Doesn't she literally has like reins?
Mm-hmm.
I love that guy's face.
I know, I do too.
Subararaba. Wait, no, this is our Solidaire guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shibaraba,
wait.
That was him.
So who was
Right.
the guy in the beginning?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What guy in the beginning? That
The
was
guy next to Iwise. That guy, right?
It's a different guy.
That wasn't the
That-
same dude.
I know it's not the fucking same dude. I'm wondering who it is.
We don't know what he does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no.
We haven't seen him.
Tetsu.
We don't know what Tokage does or
Setsuna.
Setsuna.
Hokage.
Tokage. Setsuna.
Maybe she's got like something to do with a snake because her
Maybe.
armor
It looks
Looks
like snakes.
looks
It
like
looks like
snake
snake scales. Yeah.
And she's kind of got like. I mean, so does Tetsu.
Dude, she
be
can just,
honest,
like-
but like.
I mean, it's snake. You imagine she could like, you know, those things like from the Greeks or whatever that
Yeah,
the serpentine bodies like they can get like a snake trunk, tail, or,
Or
Or like a
she's-
Lamia?
yeah, or something
like-
like that. Like she can make her body like
Snake-like?
snake, but like she
Maybe.
can keep her like
What?
upper body or
What are
whatever.
you saying?
Question: If if I googled somebody's name and found a translation for it, do you want me to tell you what the translation is if we don't know their quirk yet?
No, just do it for Tetsu.
Okay.
Well, it's iron.
Iron.
Do we want to look up Tokage?
No.
I did. I looked up her first name.
Oh.
Is it revealing?
It might be. I don't know her quirk, so I have no clue if it is or not. It could be.
Okay.
Yes, Tetsu.
We're gonna leave it to the comments if this is spoiler territory. Right? So like, we won't do it yet.
It does in fact mean iron.
I mean, we're probably gonna see what these people do next episode, so we don't really.
So like, but like for future reference, in the comments, if you think that us knowing what their names mean is too much of a spoiler, we won't. Yeah. We won't do it. If you guys think it's fine.
Wait, what is Shinzo then?
I don't know.
Maybe it has something to do with like brain or voice or something.
I do know that Setsuna's name may or may. I have no clue what her quirk is, but based off of what the translation is, it could be a spoiler.
We can just do it for characters that we already know.
What we can do it for characters that we already know of right now, but I'm talking about future. Like,
yeah, do like Shinzo.
Like, what does all for one translate to?
I'm just curious.
Hysterical.
I'm Mr. Funny Man. I do the laughs.
Whoa.
What does it mean?
That's not right.
Well, what's his last name?
Hitoshi.
Just look up either name. It works.
Okay.
Wow.
So.
Shinso without the U means truth.
Which would make more sense for the Shia Hisakai guy. Manga, I know, just like means comic. Which is very apparent.
God, imagine waking up one day and you're just a piece of paper.
I think he was born a piece of paper.
We're much past the singularity point.
Hitoshi, his first name means equal.
So equal voice.
Equal truth.
Equal truth.
Well, I just think it's ironic because he's constantly irritated that he's not in the hero curse. He's not there.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like that's a bit of a stretch, but okay.
Hey, fuck off. It's my theory. I don't shit on your stuff.
Yeah, no, you don't. They do.
Yeah, so don't shit on my stuff.
I love how
y'all
his name
too.
Just fucking manga.
That guy looks like a fucking. He looks like a Judge Judy.
Wait. Where's our skull face?
Where's his pistol?
Just keep going.
You know what I meant. I'm at least.
Wait, was it Monoma our last guy?
I don't.
Who are you looking for?
Our skull face guy, the guy who can like liquefy ground from the cavalry battle.
Isn't that him?
No,
that's a train.
This is a train man.
I don't know. Keep going.
Kojiro
I don't
Bando.
think Monoma was the last one, was he?
Pretty sure he was.
We'll find out.
Oh, no. Never mind. But neither of these people are that either. This is our mantis girl.
Yeah.
So
Rin. He's
Riko
probably like
Yanagi,
a ninja or something.
Yeah, he's got the words of
Rin.
red eyes. I'm curious about that.
I wonder why she's only got her hand like that.
Hiryu Rin. Fuck it. I love all these designs, though. Let me tell you.
Yeah, Horikoshi pops off on character.
Where the fuck is our,
I was gonna say.
Where's our skull boy?
Where's Sand Guy?
Sand?
Go back to them all standing as a group and see if you spot him. So
Just
hit play.
play it.
Hit play.
Just play.
Da-da-da-da.
Which one?
Skull Guy.
Skull. Well, it's not skull, more just skull mouth, skull face.
He's not there.
Where are you talking? Yeah, I don't see a
He's
character
not there.
like that.
No, I know who's we're talking about. He's not there. Like, look.
Maybe it's this guy?
No.
With his helmet on? Like, he has a helmet on, maybe?
No, that's Judge Dredd.
How can they not be... Why does that mean that they're different people?
Jesus Christ.
What if he's wearing a helmet?
He didn't wear any armor.
They were all wearing their UA uniforms.
During the
cavalry battle, during the sports festival, they all had the same uniform on.
No, because didn't he also appear at the licensing exam?
No, because they went to different arenas. They didn't go to the same place.
I don't think that's him.
I mean, it's kind of our only option.
Hold on. What did they say that guy's name was?
1 second. Go find his name, and I'll see if I can't find the character you're talking about.
Class 1B.
His name is
I'm on it already. original.
Juzo Honenuki. Yeah, no, Leah's our person
Okay.
for this. Dude. We gotta avoid them.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't put me out of a job, bro.
What?
Juzo Honenuki.
Yeah, no, that's not the.
It reminds me so much.
Or is it?
He's got the hair.
I was about to say.
It reminds me so much of Sarah.
Yeah, that is him.
That
That's
is
him.
okay.
He
Okay.
changed his whole look. Like,
Well, he just wears a
completely.
helmet.
No, he's literally wearing armor now.
Dude looks dope as shit.
You
Yeah,
look-
see, there he is. Hero costume right there. 1 second. It's loading an ad because Wikipedia can't stop fucking being a piece of shit. That's his hero costume,
My man looking like a Power Ranger.
and that's him.
Jeez.
Jeez.
He do be looking like a Power Ranger.
Well, I mean, no offense, not to like completely roast this man's existence, but if you had the face like that, wouldn't you put a helmet on?
Holy shit! Holy shit! I completely fucking forgot.
What?
What?
We have something far more kind of pressing to talk about than just our little spat with 1A and 1B.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This?
Yeah.
They are the two that are like,
Okay.
you know, staticky,
I
like
want-
Sprite. Are
I
those the
want-
shades?
I want to hit you with a bit of a wild card theory.
Wildcard theories are always loved here.
Okay, and this is a little bit off the rockers, but I'm gonna go for it.
That means it's probably right.
So, All Might, my
Yeah.
theory is the reason he is there but not completely visible as like a person is because he's still alive.
Yes.
What if somehow, some way, those other two are alive, and that is why they're not fully visible to Midoriya because they're not fucking dead.
Like they didn't want the quirk, and so they
Like,
just passed
well,
it
no,
on to
they
someone
just-
else
They just
at the
passed on
time.
their quirk, but then didn't
See,
die.
but Leah, the thing that we talked about is like how we had the theory with Bakugo, whatever.
Mhm.
But the thing is, that's a total of 9 holders, all everybody there. But that means there has to be more than 9 there, well, including Midoriya. That means there has to be 10 if there was Bakugo.
Mhm.
B, that movie hasn't happened yet.
No, but she's talking about like the
I'm
other
saying
two not
that-
being Bakugo, but
No,
just
that
being
they're just-
still alive.
They're just people who
passed it on,
the
but they
quirk,
didn't
but
die.
didn't die. Because I mean, like fucking All For One's not dead, and he's been around a hot damn minute.
Mhm.
I'm saying if there was somehow a way that those two aren't dead, which is why this is a wild card, not like a theory. This is my wild card thing that maybe they're not dead because All Might, the only consistency we have with All Might is that he's not fully visible and he's still alive.
I went off the fact that how he makes a statement that you're only at 20%, and how with Midoriya, you only see part of him, right?
That's
and
also
as I
very
said, that
true.
they were never fully realized holders way back when. I don't think they're still alive.
The only thing that I would
think
say
they're
would
never
be
full
man,
realized
I'm
holders.
sticking by
the
my
only thing I
wild
would
card.
say that would be against that is that there's a very clear aesthetic difference between All Might and the two.
I know.
All Might is a very ethereal form, almost like it's like congealing, like it's becoming physical. These two look like they were almost scratched out, like they had form, but
Hey,
it's
man.
been removed.
I'm sticking by my wild card theory, bro.
Like because their outlines are defined. All Might's isn't.
Yeah, well, like I have no clue. All I'm saying is I'm sticking to my theory. It may be wrong, but you know what?
I don't really have
Shit,
one.
dog. I don't have anything on the line. Fuck
I
it.
think either of you could be. I think either of you could be right.
Well, yeah, I think that Joe's theory holds a lot of ground.
Well,
I'm gonna stick with mine. 'cause
It would be
Joe-
interesting
I
if
like it.
Midoriya and All Might met two other holders of One for All that were still alive. Be
I
like,
don't know.
hey, what does this mean? What did you experience?
I don't know. They would have to have a de-aging quirk because All Might had it for a long fucking time.
Correct.
Like, because think about it. Nana was alive to give away Toma Shigaraki's father or mother
Mhm.
because Nana is Tomura's grandmother.
Yeah.
He was like in his teens, if not early 20s, when she died.
Yeah.
Meaning that Shigaraki's father or mother was an infant when Nana died.
So
Meaning that
All
he
Might's
lived an
old.
entire life and had a son who's now what? Early 20s?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, All Might is 50 years old.
Yeah, he has to be in his 50s. And we know that he had it since he was 18. That's like a 40-year like
30.
run.
30.
Hey man, it's
What if he's in his 50s? Like
he's 49 years old. 49 years old is what the Wikipedia says.
30.
so like 30 years. Okay, but like still that's 30 years of
That's a long
him
time.
being the only one wielding.
Hey man,
All for
I never
one.
said it was correct.
And then we add
saying
how
is-
whatever
They could
time
be just
Donna had it
really-
for, which could have been fairly short for all we know.
Yeah, well, she was pretty fucking young, wasn't she?
She seemed it, but
She
like
seems pretty young.
she could have been the next in a long line of children. They could have all been inducted young. Although...
All I'm saying is that I'm sticking with my theory. I don't care if it's wrong. I don't care, whatever. I'm sticking
So
with it.
did All Might say that they were called shades?
Yeah, he called them
Shades and vestiges.
The
Both
same
words
thing.
were used. Yeah, I think it doesn't matter.
Same thing.
Like, I don't think these are shades and these are vestiges. I think they're all just...
Mm-hmm.
Vestiges, but they call those shades.
So I just want to see what Nana said again. Okay, a little further.
Well, like how the feelings or whatever over time.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going. There it is.
Yeah. So All Might's kind of come clean with this.
Quirk is saved up
Has a lot of saved up. So maybe it's like kind of like an impression of the person is put inside the quirk.
Well, I'd imagine it's like
that feelings always come before power. Feelings are those who cultivate it. Right, as part of the power.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. This is something to call.
An impossible dream.
Which that right there. Now Nana, if this is like a, Nana has less information, All Might gets to do this even like more, and then Midoriya gets to see this shit even more, just due to the nature of like progression of like all for one for all.
Mm-hmm.
How much can we necessarily like take what Nana says as like?
Well, she even said that's what I think, so it's probably just a theory of hers. She probably doesn't know.
Although I guess I feel like what she's saying is like truthful. It's just like to what extent, like, is it literally just like almost like ghosts of the person? And I don't mean like they're actual spirits. I mean like kind of almost like just little bits of like impressions. Like, almost like little fades of memories of these people are still in there? Or is it literally like you have downloaded a second consciousness into the quirk, and now you will exist in their, Piccolo nail style? Or they're just like playing pool inside Midoriya's psyche?
Don't. No, that's ridiculous.
Let's hear it.
I was gonna say like, oh, maybe they don't want to be there. But no. I think it's hard to pin down.
Mm-hmm. Look, but if their memories or things of that nature can be downloaded into there, I would say it's very far off to say that their quirks can be too.
We know that their quirks are there.
I mean, we don't necessarily know that. We're very confident. I was gonna save this for next episode, but I kind of feel like we can do it here. So I was thinking, we are all in agreement. You can check our description. We're all in agreement that Midoriya has multiple quirks.
Duh.
If you guys want to, I was kind of
predicting what the quirks are.
Well, we could at least like cross out what's unlikely and find what's likely.
Laser vision.
So like we can go over like, hey, this character who's very prevalent has this quirk, so it's less likely for him to have this quirk. Or he has this quirk, super strength. What would work best in conjunction with that? Like, what would be redundant what would be made redundant because of that?
Well, I think when you think about, especially with My Hero powers and quirks, they're not just, some of them are just straightforward, this is the power, but a lot of them are very unique and different in comparison to, like, standard fictional powers. Like with Bakugo's, like how he, sweats and he makes his sweat explode,
And we can be just as general as possible.
Yeah, I know. I think that that's something to consider. Like, he could either have strength, like super strength, or he could have super strength, but it's a little bit more different than normal super strength.
Because I obviously the first one I'm going to say is the one I predicted, some level of tether ability. Because I feel like that would work in conjunction very well with his powers.
I would have to disagree with that. Because we already got someone who can do that. And it's with tape.
Maybe he gets the sticky.
I think that it's more likely if we're going to go down the lines of, and I've said this before, down a character that the creator really likes, it would be Spider-Man, but instead of the
It'd be spider
it
sense.
would be like a Sixth Sense.
Yeah,
type of
we
thing.
we've talked about that.
I think
I think that would.
more
I think that
likely.
can also be possible.
Purely because of the fact that we already have someone that swings around on some kind of sticky thing.
Well, maybe it's less of a sticky thing and more of like a lasso thing.
Did you guys see that there was a crossover manga with Deadpool and All Might?
What?
That's canon.
What in the fuck am I looking at?
All Might has Deadpool.
So, like, Joe, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Like,
That was in the Deadpool
powers
manga.
that you think he could have that would either work well with his super strength, or just powers that you could logically see him having, or powers that you don't see him having.
See, because this is like, okay, he's got duper strength,
Duper strength.
duper
Big
speed,
duper strength.
duper speed. He can basically fly.
With his jump. Yeah.
He can.
At 100%, he can effectively fly.
He can effectively fly if he's got a backpack airy. But he's not at that yet. But when he does eventually have that, he can essentially fly, just kind of like All Might would.
So we're crossing out super speed and super strength. Excuse me, super speed and flight, because those are kind of made
go.
redundant.
And strength, yeah. And then I don't fucking know, dude.
He can kind of already do a lot with his one quirk. That he
And
has.
he's also got now ranged attacks with
Mhm.
his finger blasts.
So, like, think about, like, support options then. Like, less combat focused, more maybe area of control. Support. Like, maybe he can buff somebody, or maybe he
How
can...
would that work?
What do you mean, how would that work?
Like, I'm trying to.
What the fuck do you mean? There's a bitch who gets smarter by drinking tea.
Like, I'm trying to. I honestly can't
Honestly,
see
if
him
Gold
having.
tips and
If I could have a quirk, man, that'd be the one to have.
Gold
Just take
Tips Imperium!
I.
English gentle. He's good.
My thing is I feel like I
There's
feel,
a bitch who powers
No,
somebody
no.
up by love!
No, I feel like, and I think it's very, very likely that he has more than one quirk, but
It's hard pinning it down.
no, it's hard seeing him with them, because I feel like he doesn't
like, what's the
need
need?
them. He doesn't need
No,
them.
that's what I'm saying. Like, because super strength can't be necessarily effective in every scenario. So think of scenarios where Midoriya would struggle a little bit and try to see what kind of quirk would be useful for said scenario.
Has he been in any scenario?
Like, maybe he gets an
punch his way?
adaptive ability. Like, oh shit, I'm underwater, gills.
Oh, like fucking.
Like Darwin.
Darwin.
I'll write that one down.
That's
Adaptability.
kind of. Wouldn't that mean that he could fucking teleport?
I wouldn't say it was to the level of Darwin. Similarly, I don't
Just
say his
goes
super
up-
strength is to the
And-
level of the Incredible
Well, wait,
Hulk.
no. I was gonna say no, that can't be true. Because if that was the case, then why did that shit kick in when he saw All for One? His body just went.
Well, and
now we're out of here.
We're going to
Damn.
assume that if some of these are like passive, that they couldn't have kicked in until recently.
Yeah.
Until until the body had been
So
developed.
the
more.
next time he goes and sees All for One, he's gonna just completely ski button down.
if he has something like that.
Yeah.
But even then, if it's an adaptability quirk, I doubt that the adaptability will literally be to the level of Darwin, where
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
no, I'm kidding. I was how funny that would be.
it would be kind of funny. Could a healing quirk
Oh, he'd be so busted if he had a healing.
or a regeneration quirk? Because that would be like if he had a regeneration quirk, then there's no more need for kind of the growth of Midoriya.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to practice because it's just like like he can go.
Well, that was
on.
the whole point of just having airy for a little bit.
So are we saying no on regeneration?
I think that's a no.
No regen.
I think I'm trying to also think about like what everybody else looks like. Like what was Nana's quirk?
We
Don't
don't know.
We don't know. We don't know what anybody of the pass holders' quirks are, other than the fact that All Might had no quirk when he got it.
Yep, we know that the first one, the first, 8th, and 9th were effectively quirkless. Like the first holder wasn't quirkless, but he's
That's
not bringing
the-
anything to the table
He didn't
aside
really-
from what we already know.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think about like in terms of like their design and how
Oh,
they
like the
look.
design of the pass holders?
Yeah, like oh maybe that is some because we saw like a dude who's got like the 3 purple lines over his one side of
Scars.
his face.
Now, unless he gave it to himself, I'm willing to bet that he didn't scar it. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Or
he
maybe
doesn't
that was
have
like, or that was
chromosomes.
like one of the birth defects. or
Although,
things.
how many characters do we know that have like a Wolverine power? Like a
like claws.
It
yeah,
doesn't necessarily have to be claws. It could just be things that jut out of the body.
like we've
Don't we
seen
literally have a person
in
class?
1B And we also had the knife guy that Kirishima fought.
Yeah.
But it could be something else. Now, creation, to a certain extent, possibly. Like, obviously, it wouldn't be Momo level of creation. But maybe...
but we already have someone that can do that. It's Momo can.
No, I'm saying, like, what if it's not, like, to her level or even like that at all, but it is a level of some form of creating something. Like...
I'm not sure.
What about... Okay, well, here, we can make this even easier. We can just kind of go down the list of, like, possible things he can have that would be similar to other classmates. Mm-hmm. So, like, do you think he could have some kind of hardening ability?
No, I think that the one that he would have, because you know how, like, he's got the electricity that comes off of his body when he does stuff, maybe he can have, like a Denki thing where he just, you know, like lightning.
Fires
like,
it? So lightning?
Like green lightning.
What do you think? Like a different kind of form of a lightning power? Cancer? Which kind of would work pretty well in conjunction with Denki. Because if Denki can charge himself up, and Midoriya can... And we know that Denki can, like, be a lightning rod. So maybe, like, he can, like, focus it better? Are we saying yes or no to the possibility of lightning work?
I got one I think would be interesting. Photo...
Emission?
What?
Like light emission?
No. The same power...
Photographic reflexes?
Yes.
Okay. Like
what Taskmaster
has. I can see something like that, yeah.
I think he could have something like
what
that.
What does photographic reflexes do?
It's basically
You
just copy a fighting style?
Yeah, immediately. Like, you are completely... Like, you can copy their motions, everything. Like, if Taskmaster were to see an Olympic athlete, like, an Olympic gymnast do a routine, he could immediately do that routine.
That's why people have so much... Like Spider-Man and Black Widow have so much trouble fighting him, is because he just always knows what they do. And it was funny because in the show, Deadpool fights him, and Taskmaster can't figure out what he does. I thought it was dumb, but he can't figure out what he does because he didn't have a fighting style because he's so quirky and goofy and
Taskmaster would kick Deadpool's ass.
Yeah, no. But I think it would be interesting if he had something like that, since he's all about, like, you know, recording and figuring out what people do and stuff.
Because I have a quirk, I have this notebook that I can just pop into existence and I can write on it and then you die.
Yeah. So yeah, no hardening. I think I could see him with some kind of electric based quirk.
Yeah. That's like the other atypical protag element. It's either fire, electricity, or ice.
Now, we could, like, try to find some other elemental aspects, like, what if he has a certain level of, like, a Midas touch? Like, maybe he can turn other things into a different thing. Like, he can turn, like, this amount of inorganic matter into, like, a gold or a metal, like gold or...
So basically he's got the
or maybe he could have, like, an absorbing energy quirk.
Oh, okay, like Shaw from First Class.
Yeah, or whatever. Like,
doesn't fucking what's his face have that? Or is that just kinetic energy?
Fat Gum?
Yeah.
No, I think he's referring to something a little bit.
All kinds of energy.
Well, say a generator or whatever. I mean, if you could absorb just that energy bit to, like, I don't know, for the boost whatever that type of energy release.
Like someone throws a fucking grenade and
not that, like, more electrical based.
So, like, he can
based.
take like thermal energy or electrical energy and, like, almost like store it and power him up. So it's not less lightning, more I'm a battery, like a battery quirk. Maybe.
I think that could be interesting.
Without the side effects of Denki, of going brain dead.
The Sixth Sense one. Did you write that one?
Yeah, Spider Sense.
Okay,
yeah.
What else would be interesting?
Because it's just saying, like, Horikoshi has this, vision, right? Because it just kind of matches with Midoriya, like, being, like, All Might, and then getting some weird, wacky new quirk to, like, pair with it, just kind of throws out the whole thing, like, of Midoriya's thing, I guess.
That's why it's weird and vision.
And also, like,
what if there's, like, an inspiration quirk? Like, he can actually, like, bolster the resolve of people around him.
Forces people's adrenaline to just skyrocket for a brief period of time.
Or maybe the reverse, a demoralizing quirk. Like, one that just makes you go, that's it, I'm
Vicious
no.
mockery.
I mean, you think that he would just be able to do that by just showing up and going, and like, that's just it. You're just like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's good. You can...
Random thug with a gun. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you. Yeah.
Like maybe a manipulation of people's resolve. Not even their will. Like, I make you do things. More of like, I give up. Like,
That'd be kind of OP. That'd be a lot.
Or in reverse, like keep on believing. Like, he turns shonen power into actual power. Like, the never give up
Power
is an actual power he
never
has.
giving up.
Like,
What?
Power of friendship and never giving up.
Oh.
okay, but what about like obscuring his presence? Like, maybe he has like a camouflage or a like.
Because we got Tetsu.
Dude,
sorry,
he
no.
blows up buildings. Or he can at least.
Plus,
Doesn't need camouflage.
Sue can already
He
camouflage.
can be pretty stealthy if he wants to.
Sue-
Exactly, so he wouldn't even
Sue
need
can
it.
already camouflage though.
And so can Hagakure. Well, what's
There's Sue. Why?
because they can function differently.
There's only allowed to be one camouflage quirk in the entire world.
I'm just saying.
We got like 3 water users. Like, there's like 1 billion fire quirks. Like,
Well, yeah, that's what they say. Is like fire quirk is like the most fucking common, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or
it's
maybe-
like
wait,
your
no.
it's your atypical pro tag.
Hold on, I'm mixing that up with something else.
Bakugo, Todoroki, Endeavor, fucking
I was
There was-
Midoriya's dad.
Midoriya's dad breathes fire.
I was thinking.
You're right, good call. Shit, what if one of his quirks is fire breathing?
Or it's one of his quirks is his mother's thingy where she can.
Oh,
Levitate
we can
small
draw
objects?
Yeah, I like that.
The question is if he had a child, would any of these, like, would it the one for all kind of quirk transfer, or would fire breathing slash...
No.
No, because
it
he
has
didn't-
to
he
be
didn't-
willing.
He just-
He didn't inherit those quirks from his parents.
He just passes on.
Well,
the quirk
wouldn't he still have the genetic...
No, because he didn't get those genes.
No, yeah, I think Gabe's right. I think that genetically he is quirkless and therefore could not pass on a quirk, because like the whole thing is like he does had like.
He didn't get those strands from his parents.
Well,
I don't even think it's that about him being able to pass on one for all those kid. It has to be willing. I'm like, is he willingly just gonna give this to
Well, no,
his
I was
kid?
I was thinking,
Probably not.
Probably not.
I
No.
wasn't thinking along the lines of all for one. I
well,
was
like, what
thinking
about,
of-
like,
I was
people
thinking of
who
the,
can be
His
susceptible to
parents?
cancer?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no,
that
I was
can
talking
skip
about
generations.
Yeah, but that's because of the way the trait works. Well, I mean, I guess it could technically be like a recessive trait. Like, I'm not getting to get into genetics, man. I already fucking hate that class enough. But
True.
if essentially it either could be just a recessive thing that it is not shown in his genes, because the most likely case would be that it was trying to think what the name of the gene linkage is. I don't fucking know, dude.
Or what if
Yeah,
he
no,
has
it wouldn't
a
pass
thermal
on.
vision,
That would be cool.
Oh, like a.
like a predator vision?
I was gonna say more like Superman. You can
Well-
see through things.
Well, yeah, sure. Like,
I think the thermal.
because Superman has like thermal, X-ray, fucking super, macro, micro, like so. But yeah, thermal vision. I can see that.
Mhm.
Thermal vision.
Now look for anomalies in your head.
I cut it out. Well, we could talk about that. The kind of laser vision, heat vision,
That's a bit of a stretch, but
stretchy powers. Mr. Fantastic.
no.
Oh, I
We
would
got the
hate
playa
that.
body.
I would hate that.
Playa body with tiger.
Plus, does he just become Luffy? It would just be Luffy.
Yeah, fucking
Come
Luffy
on,
when he's
just
like
become
8
Luffy.
feet tall.
Yeah.
What about like a smokescreen?
Mustard can do it. No, I was kidding.
Oh well, fucking Natsu can make fire, so he can have a fire quirk.
You brought it up.
Goku can fly, so
You
can't.
brought it up. Hey, you brought it
He's
up.
not flying, he's just not falling.
That's actually, yeah, that's kind of what they refer to flying as in Dragon Ball. But yeah, so like, what about a smokescreen?
I feel like that's kind of. Well, maybe because like based off the whole theory works, it's like a lot of the quirks that he's going to have are going to be rather weak because that's like when. No,
But
the quirks that
they've
he-
been accelerated.
Yeah, like maybe the quirks he gets come in order of when they got them.
Maybe
Like when it was passed down.
because you know if the stockpiling quirk does like also just bolsters the body then that would mean that the strength would have been kind of what the first user gave,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense.
Super shit.
So maybe, yeah, it is going to go down the line all the way to All Might, who's quirkless.
He's just gonna lose his quirk.
He loses everything.
I am the peak of my.
My power, no.
Gone to someone else.
So yeah, I'm gonna put right Smokescreen.
Okay. I think we're
How would that
good
work?
for
You
now.
just emit from his body?
Well, yeah,
You
kind
can
of.
have emission quirks.
Yeah.
Damn, we've been talking so long, my TV fucking
I
committed.
was gonna say, like, I think we're good
Right,
for
my
now.
team.
Okay, but hold on. I'm gonna read.
Decent list.
Because we know that he has what, 5 possible, 6 possible.
Yeah, because there's 9 holders, so he would have.
Ugh, you hate to see it.
It would either be 5 or 6 quirks.
Okay, then I want
No, it would be 5.
Most I could see it like spider
no,
sense.
6.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Spider sense, maybe energy absorption.
So yeah, hold on. So we have first off tether. Yes or no?
No.
I don't see a need for it.
I think yes, but apparently tether's out. Fine. 2 spider sense.
Yes.
I can see spider sense.
Something that Midoriya would have is also like a, like, huh? And then moves out of the way instinctively. It's like a tactics thing.
Adaptability. So he can
To
kind of
like what degree?
like
But you need to adapt when you can punch anything out of the way.
more so the lines of Hulk. So like Hulk, when he goes into the water, his body just starts producing like super enriched like oxygen shit,
So he can breathe longer.
so he can breathe much longer. Or maybe we even go to the level where he like grows gills or something like that. Or like he's in a heat, like a really hot area, so his
Sweats
body
more.
his body deals with the heat more.
I think that's more likely like a minor version of adaptation. I feel like growing gills is a bit much. But I think like your body.
I can see that just as the whole quirk in and of itself, by itself, because there's so much to it. I mean, I don't know if we want to add that to Midoriya's.
So yes or no?
No.
I'm gonna say no.
All right, adaptability is a no.
That's a cool quirk, though.
It is cool.
I'm gonna
Super speed, we all said
write
no.
that shit down.
Flight, we all said no.
No.
Regeneration.
I think that's a niet.
Nah.
If it is, it's like the last one he gets. Like he would have a far more, like to the point where damaging himself is no longer necessarily an issue.
But I feel like.
But for the way that the
for
story's
the
progressing,
sake of the story
I'm gonna say
and
no.
like Midoriya's need to like learn
and rely on others.
like rely on others, well, but learning, just I don't need to learn. I can just do whatever the hell. Overhaul, I can do that all the time.
Yeah.
So
So
what's
I'm
the
gonna-
point in the story then?
I'm
He's
gonna say
already
no on
number one.
regeneration. Hardening, to any degree.
Nah.
Nah,
Yeah.
no need.
Photographic reflexes.
I think yeah.
I could see something like that.
Could be interesting.
So I think something
the
along
thing
the
is-
lines
the
of being
thing
able
is-
to read his opponent.
That's kind
Yeah,
of what
but the thing-
Midoriya does already.
But like.
Midoriya already incorporate, like he watches and writes shit
Well, like
down,
we
and he
see that
incorporates
we see
shit.
that against mid-battle against Gentle Criminal. Like he predicted where he was going to be making air bubbles and whatever, and then shooting his air blasts off of them. to hit. I just don't. With the photographic reflex, how can you copy somebody's like moves or techniques when you don't have that move?
No, not the quirk. Like they're.
Well, he's talking
No,
about.
I get that,
He's like,
but,
'cause, like Bakugo's ability to redirect himself midair. Like,
Oh yes,
It's mostly for like hand-to-hand combat stuff.
But I feel like if Midoriya has the ability to like.
Midoriya is fighting with most hand-to-hand combat scenarios. He's like, that's just bread and butter. I'm like, if you could outspeed almost all of your opponents and then punch your opponents really hard, what's the need? I mean, I'd say that's more of like a lower level like hand-to-hand combat person, but with some quirks that are like emitting type quirks that like you can't even get close to because yes, he can copy Bakugo's, but nothing's gonna happen. He's just moving his hands there like.
I mean, you could maybe use Air Force, but I don't know if Air Force necessarily has enough force.
No, I don't know how. No, I don't see it that working. I mean,
So that's a no. Are you saying no too?
I don't see it.
I was thinking
making
at
sense.
first. It made sense, but honestly, I feel like Midoriya, to a lesser extent, already does this kind of
Doesn't everyone already do that when they're
But
fighting?
Midoriya is especially this. Like he like purposely started to mimic both Ida, Bakugo, all these other people to like get the best result out of his quirk. So I feel
Plus,
like
it also removes a part of learning.
Mhm.
Then you can just rely on that.
So
quirk.
I'm gonna say no on photographic reflexes. Some kind of electric-based quirk. This
Yeah,
one I feel like
I think
maybe a little generic, but we're already given a level of electricity that just comes off this kid.
Mhm.
Exactly. That's why that's a little bit
Some
the basis.
Killua.
Maybe
looking ass.
because
Toga.
Superman.
Godspeed.
You
baby.
you can make the argument that Superman's most powerful and devastating ability is his heat vision. The reason that this is balanced out is that it drains him of his solar power so much quicker than everything else. So what if, like, the electric blast for Midoriya is, like, the ultimate culmination of, like, one for all, but it, like, he's just gassed after it. Like, he is absolutely used up for a
like
while.
an EMP
Like,
almost.
yeah,
but
he
also
needs
can
that
also-
sensu.
Ooh, baby.
I can see an electric cord. I can see an electric cord.
Well, it also kind of go hand in hand with the charging up
Yeah.
type of quirk.
A generator quirk, so a battery quirk.
Yeah, sure.
Or just kind of that combining with the electric bit so he
Just
can.
leave your mask on.
Oh, I forgot it was on.
Thermal vision. I can really see this.
Or some type of.
Some type of
kind
visual
vision.
enhancement.
Some kind of vision, I think, is more likely than just. I don't know about thermal vision, but I think some kind of vision is.
Might not be a need because, like,
Possible.
when he's working and stuff, he'll usually be in tandem with other people who have really good reconnaissance type quirks.
That's why it's hard
Well,
to.
like, we have Jiro, we have the eyeball.
Shoji. Even Hagakure,
Yeah, even
invisibility.
Hagakure, yeah.
Suyu.
Suyu. Like, you have.
Koda with his animals.
Yeah, Koda, like, we have so many reconnaissance type quirks that normally, as a hero, you'd be working with anyways, if it's in that kind of scenario where you need it.
Well, don't think of it necessarily for reconnaissance. Think of it almost like a Batman scenario.
The issue is that Midoriya is kind of like a Swiss Army knife, so you can kind of have everything.
And he also, you know, he's
Think of him like
glowing.
the Avatar. He gets to cheat. He gets to dip his finger into every
Yeah.
pie and go nom 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 and double dip. Like
Yeah, I was about to say he can double dip and not get in trouble for it.
yeah. So like, I can really see
I
thermal
can
vision.
see a vision of some kind. I wouldn't say thermal vision. But a
Thermal
vision.
slash, fucking,
Other.
you know, super.
sight,
Enhancement.
supervision.
Smokescreen. I can also see this. I can see a smokescreen style thing. Like, think about, like, when Toph, like, when she's fighting all the Earthbenders and she boom, boom, like...
Wait. I feel like we're forgetting something.